Trails of Hope. This episode is called Finding Emma, the search for a missing mother to be. Now, 25-year-old Emma Baum from Portage, Indiana, who was pregnant at the time, 9 months pregnant and dilated, went missing from Gary, Indiana. She went from Portage, Indiana to Gary, Indiana, where her boyfriend resides, Antoine Butler. After arriving to her boyfriend's house, that was the last place anyone has ever seen or heard from her. And she completely vanished, not a single trace. I feel as though the boyfriend, obviously he's the last one to see her, he has to know something. You know something, Antoine, and if you do know something, you need to speak up because this is devastating. You know, there's no media outcry. There's no justice and demanding justice from the police department. Too many people who go missing end up in a dusty drawer and become a cold case. More needs to be done to bring these folks home or to bring answers to the loved ones. This is why I decided to use my voice to speak for the ones who cannot speak. Now, Antoine Butler's girlfriend, ex-girlfriend, his baby mom, says that she was tortured for several hours by him, and we do have an audio clip that I'm going to play for you guys from his ex-girlfriend, which paints a very disturbing image of who Anton truly is. We also have a video from Emma's mom and her sister pleading the community and the world to help get answers. Again, I feel as though the police department is not doing anything. When it comes to these missing people, the police seem to turn a blind eye to them. And it breaks my heart. It truly breaks my heart. I don't know why they do this. I also have a video which I'm going to play right now from Nancy Grace, and it's very disturbing.
According to a report given to me, one of the Gary, Indiana police said to you when Emma went missing, well, if she's dead in a dumpster, you'll never find her. Did that happen? I'm going to confirm that with you.
Yes, ma'am, it did. He had told my daughter that if she was gone, she would not be found. And that hurt my family greatly.
I understand that after that, you feel renewed hope because Lake County Homicide, specifically Detective Gordon, is now on the case. May I ask you, what led the Gary, Indiana police officer to tell you in the midst of the search of Emma, 9 months pregnant, yeah, if she's dead in a dumpster, you'll never find her? What brought that on?
Somebody had give us some information, and I had called and asked to pass it on to him. I asked him if he wanted it. I had it all nicely where he could read it with the times and no questions asked, no cutting it off. Perfectly, here you go. He told me no, not only did he not need it, that if that was accurate, we would never be able to find her if she was thrown into the garbage dump.
To Brian Fitzgibbons, Director Operations, USP, a nationwide security specialty finding missing people. You know, in the midst of an investigation, I've had victims' families give me a lot of information, and sometimes I knew immediately it was not going to be pertinent to the investigation, like Curious Abby. This BF boyfriend, Antoine Butler, was he supportive of the pregnancy? Was he helping her?
No, there had been multiple times that he had asked her to get an abortion, and that is a fact. He didn't want it. When Emma found out she was going into labor, she just wanted to go more or less make sure and confirm and she decided that no matter what, she was going to keep the baby and it was going to make her a better person. And that if he didn't want to be a part of it, that she needed to figure it out prior to fully going into labor.
So, no money. He's not supporting her. He's not excited about the baby. He wants her to have an abortion. You know what? All of that, moral flaws, that does not make him a kidnapper or a murderer. However, I'm very concerned about the fact, Brian Fitzgibbons, USPA, that's where she's last seen. That doesn't bother you?
Very disturbing. How can you be a police officer or detective and tell a missing individual's loved ones that she is probably never going to be found, tossed into a dumpster somewhere? What? Wow. That paints a very vivid image on what the police are actually doing out there. Gary, Indiana cops need to step up and help bring justice and answers to Emma's loved ones. Someone out there knows something. So if you know something in regards of Emma Baum going missing, please come forward. We beg you, come forward because we need answers and the loved ones need closure. 25 years old and pregnant, 9 months pregnant, just vanishes. Devastating. Very devastating and just it's sickening. The world that we live in is wrong. The world we live in is sick. Humans. Humans doing the devil's work. Stop. We need to get back to the Lord. We need to guide back to the Lord and bring faith and decency back to the world. 25 years old. Young woman who had her whole life ahead of her. And now what? Gone? Where? Why isn't the cops doing more? Why isn't the boyfriend being questioned and his property being searched? I'm sure there's something out there that I guarantee if the search occurs, investigation, a proper investigation by the authorities, I guarantee they will uncover the truth. But they, once again, when it comes to missing individuals, turn a blind eye. And they don't care. I care. You matter. Every missing person matters. If you can't speak, I will speak for you. Now, we're going to play the video to see what her mom and sister had to say.
She was dropped off at her boyfriend's house, her boyfriend Antoine, and her sister Jewel and Jaden had dropped her off on Thursday night, and she had promised she'd be back Friday to do something with Camden Friday, and she didn't show up home after that, so we called, and we didn't get any answer Friday, and then we waited Saturday, called her boyfriend Sunday, and he had told us and told me that he seen her leave with some girl in a car, which we found out that is not true. So, and then he also told my other daughters that other stories. So, yeah, we don't know, how she got disappeared from this address right here at the moment. At the house behind us. The brown house behind us. He lived in the back, yes. He's in jail right now. Father, yes. Yes, ma'am. They've been over a year. They've been together over a year. No, I mean, no, not that. I mean, let's say, not that we're aware of. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. Only once, and then it wasn't very good. And he doesn't, the detective doesn't return my phone calls. Yes. It is now. It is now. At first, he got picked up in Hammond on warrant. On a warrant, they picked him up, and then he's in there. So now he's being held for this case. As a person of interest. Yes. 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 Do you believe he had something to do with her disappearance? Yes, I do. I think he hurt my baby. And we need to find where she's at. Anybody else want to say anything? Oh, I think he hurt my baby. Emma is watching this or hearing this. What do you I wish she was. I love you. If Emma is watching this, Emma, the baby wants you. He wants to know why you weren't there for Halloween. He wants to know when he's gonna meet his brother or his sister. Isn't that right? Yeah. Yes. Right, we are waiting. And no matter what, we will not stop until we know where she is. Absolutely. It does not matter what we think. What matters is what's getting done. We need help. We need help. All of these families need help. Our family needs help. Yeah, we need to search for Janiyah as well. We need. She was taken or lost at the same time, around the same time. We would like them to start answering the calls when the family has tips and they're trying to help our own selves.
The family just wants answers. They just want closure. They need closure and answers in order to move on. It's hard to move on and truly live life if you are stuck with the unknown. I am now going to play the audio of Antoine Butler's ex girlfriend who he has a child with, so you can hear what kind of person he really is. And you can ask yourself, you think he's innocent or he's guilty? He needs to be questioned, and that is my thoughts and opinions. Now we're going to roll the audio.
I was in a relationship with Antoine Butler, and he was extremely abusive towards me. He choked me, slapped me, punched me, kicked me, basically beat me up any kind of way that he could. He beat me in front of people. He beat me outside on 5th Avenue up and down the street. It was very, very public. Everybody knew that this was happening to me. It was the darkest time of my life. I ended up becoming pregnant by him with a girl, and when I was 6 months pregnant with her, he suspected that I was trying to move away to Lafayette and decided that he was going to torture me for 4 to 6 hours straight. It started approximately around I want to say like midnight, and then it ended at around 8 a.m., 9 a.m. He was hitting me, punching me, kicking me, dragging me all around when we lived on Rhode Island. We used to live on, I think, 8th and Rhode Island, over by the Sharks in Gary. Anyway, he was beating me up so bad that I got really dirty on the floor, and he ended up throwing me into a tub and turning on the cold water, and when I screamed from it being freezing cold, he flipped it to burning hot and kept throwing me back into the tub every time I would try to get out. Every time I would try to reach for the door, like once I could crawl to the door and try to escape, he would punch me in my head. I started screaming for God to save my baby and to help me, and that would trigger him every time, and he would end up beating me worse. Finally, he got tired, and he ended up going to the room to do something, and I was able to get away. When I got away, I was barefoot. I didn't have on a shirt. I ran to the PLS that was on Broadway, and called my grandfather from there, and he could barely understand me on the phone. When my grandfather picked me up, he was in tears because of the way that I looked. I was black and blue from head to toe. So that is just briefly some of the things that I endured. Other times, there was times where he held a knife to my throat, where he choked me out to where I passed out. There was a lot of instances of abuse. This person is extremely violent. My heart goes out to Emma and her family, and I pray to God that they find her. I just needed to get my story out so that everyone would know publicly that this person is extremely violent. And I know all of his family. I know all of his friends. They all know me. I moved away and I cut ties with everybody and everything from there because I was so afraid of this person. God help Emma, and God help her and her baby come home. And that's all I have to say.
Very dangerous man. He should not be walking around the public. He should not. Emma Baum's family, if you see this, know you are not alone. We will help fight. We will speak, since Emma cannot. We need to rise up and fight. Stand and fight for the ones who can't speak. You and I, we as a community can speak for the voiceless. Until next time, stay safe, stay aware, and God bless.